Hello. Hello. We are here. Happy Thursday. How are we doing?
Thursday.
Thursday?
How is it? How is it Thursday?
I know, I almost said Friday and then I remembered and then I was sad. And that was the 2 seconds that just happened in my brain.
I understand it. I feel like I'm still dealing with the July 4th holiday for some reason.
Oh, there's still fireworks going off here. It's great to have an anxious
Yeah.
dog. Like every night there'll just be like one or two. We're like, "Oh, this is perfect."
I live in a city that's referred to as Military City, USA, because of how many bases have historically been here and how many retired military end up here. And yet,
Mm.
it's a city where fireworks will go off in the middle of an afternoon on a Tuesday in September for no reason.
Oh,
And I
great.
just feel like it's really disrespectful to the many members of our community who probably suffer from PTSD.
Yeah, that's really wild. What
Yeah.
a what choices are being made.
Interesting life here in South Texas.
Hello, everyone. Finally finished watching Hannibal, one of the best shows I've ever watched. It's completely influenced my reading choices. I'm considering learning how to bookbind. It has infiltrated your life at that point.
Yeah, but hopefully don't use human skin the same way that he did.
Yeah, just like normal bookbinding, maybe.
Like normal materials would be great.
Skin free, human skin free.
Although Caitlin Doty has a really fascinating like YouTube documentary about human skin books. If you're
Interesting.
ever
Like it's not
interested.
just like a Hannibal Lecter thing.
No, like it's a very traditional thing, and like it deals quite a bit with like consent and identification and repatriation and the respect that needs to be shown to these materials and research that's going on to identify skin bound books in library collections. It's really fascinating.
What? Wow, we are off to a wild start on
What
this
happens when I'm here?
fine Thursday evening. Immediate insane lore. I'm not sure what I expect.
Sorry.
No, I love it. Hello, rereading Fireborn. Go Team Wands. Yeah, you guys are really on fire. This is my tarot joke, Wands joke. Reading Book of Night. Hello.
Also, go Team Pentacles, because currently the only team represented on the stream.
Yes, you are representing. I will de facto represent the other three. I'll just be like the Ditto Pokemon. You know, I'll just like copy paste into the other hosts. Reading Black Swan's been slumping so bad this week because I've gone back to commuting and in this heat. Yep, oh, yeah. I'm right there with you. I just finished, I think, the book I was reading for last sprints like this morning. So it's great. It's a fun time. Just finishing up dinner and going to read a male hockey romance. Love it.
Very nice. I might need to switch up and pick up a romance because I'm slogging through my current read. I'm enjoying it, but it's slow. And maybe I need a little romance to shake it up. But I'll have to see what the cards that Noelle pulled for me have in store.
I know. I am gonna send that to you. You know, my brother was married this past weekend, so we were partying.
Completely understandable.
I know. I thought about doing it because I was like, oh, Liz is gonna be on sprints. Maybe we'll just do like a live tarot moment.
I'm down.
We'll see where the night takes us.
Nip it for my vlog.
Yes. I just want to bind the homoerotic horror series inspired by it, only in digital format. It's wild. Laura's reading Gravity. Hello, reading Nora by Nnedi Okorafor.
Oh, loved Nora. But let's be real, I love like all Nnedi Okorafor, so I don't know.
You do, I know. You're the person to talk to about that. Funny story, I don't know if it fits my team card significator, but I'm reading it. Yeah, great. That's the spirit of the readathon.
There's all kinds of strategies, Sammy. Like, there are multiple ways to win. The significator is just one of them.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the best essentially published works of fan fiction I've ever read. I'm obsessed. I love this for you so much. Good evening, Team Pentacles, Team Swords. See, here they all are. Wands. At least we've got everyone here. No, no cups yet. No cups yet.
I know, Julie, but my card said mixed media, so I'm doing mixed media, which is inherently slow. Because you have to like read letters and charts and like weird pretend photocopies of newspaper articles.
Wild. Yeah. Wild. I don't think I'm going to be reading the sprint, actually. I will probably be editing my half of the collaborative vlogs, because Jan Agaton posted her video yesterday reading a bunch of books that I disliked. And it's hilarious. And the thumbnail is my favorite thumbnail to exist. It has Shrek font on it.
It was perfect. I try. Whenever I see those get posted, I try to wait until they're both posted because I like watching them back to back.
Yes, it really snuck up on me. So I'm gonna finish editing it tonight, and it'll go up tomorrow morning. Heads up. So it should be a fun time. It might ruin our friendship.
Oh no!
It'll be.
Are you gonna love all the books content?
Something like that. It's great. It's great. No, it's fine. It's great. It's perfect.
But you know what? If I thought like two booktubers who have similar tastes, I would not immediately think you and Jan. So you guys having differing opinions makes a lot of sense to my brain.
Yeah. I mean, it's her series that she does where she like reads a bunch of her friends who she picks them out based on like, I think we have really different taste or opposite taste. What are some books that like you didn't like? So she's going into it knowing that we're gonna have different tastes. But yeah, it was. I texted her like halfway through the books that I was reading and was like, I think this experiment is going like a little bit too well, because like we might be like truly opposite taste. So that's fun.
Like the Venn diagram does not cross.
It's simply two circles. Yep.
At least I don't think she even really liked Frankenstein that much, if I remember correctly. So like I don't even know. That would be the one thing where I think that you guys would maybe cross.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she has read Frankenstein. I can't remember what.
I can remember when she read it, and I feel like it was like a from her. But some people don't vibe with classics. I try to remind myself when I want to violently defend Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's just a different vibe. Going to redo my new purchases and then read Powerless. Very nice, very nice. I
everywhere.
Picked up Brandy Sandy for the first time, and I'm loving it so far. I still have yet to do that. This is a meme on my channel. I've been saying for the last 4 years that no, this time for real, this time I mean it, and I never do. So one day we'll get there. But
I did purchase a Brandy Sandy recently for the first time ever. It was like the Frugal Wizard's Guide to something. It's one of the secret projects that was a standalone. Yeah. But I've never read it or any of his stuff.
But you own it, so that got to count for something.
I'm one step closer.
It counts for something. The effort is there. Yeah, they're so cute. You guys, it was like a chill, like beach morning ceremony with like family, and then a very chill, casual, fun reception that basically was like a pool party with a taco truck. I'm like, this is how every wedding should be. The pool and beverages and tacos. Like, it was great. I'm like, why doesn't everyone do this? So they're cute and they're married. And listening to your baby brother stand like exchanging vows and being like, as your husband, is just like a really weird out of body moment to be like, well, hold on. No, you're 8 years old and we're playing princesses. Like, this does not make sense. But it was good. It was a really fun weekend.
Oh, they grow up so fast.
They really do. I'm like, this is wild. It's like memories flashing before my eyes, you know? Like, oh, damn, this is happening. I'm reading Trust the Emerald Sea on audio. I've heard that is excellent. I hope you love it. I may or may not have pulled like 10 cards because I got really excited about the readathon. So I just went through all my choices on Storygraph and picked up the ones that were fast-paced. Nice.
You're doing a lot better with the significator than I am, Julie. I'm starting with Secret History of Twin Peaks. I'm about halfway through it. They released as a mixed media before the 2017 revisit season. So it was like in preparation and filling in things from the movie to the new 2017 show. And I'm having a blast because it's basically all speculative history, which I enjoy the crap out of. But then I've also got The Only Good Indians for my fall vibes prompt.
Ooh.
Or for my favorite season prompt. So this one takes place in the lead up to Thanksgiving. Therefore, it counts for fall.
Nice. Very nice.
And then I'm still working through my 950-page historical fiction on audio. So if I get out knitting at any point, it's because I'm listening to this 950-page audiobook, which cannot be fast-paced because it's really just a guy having a lot of conversations in India.
Perfect.
Thrilling content.
Still deciding on the second book to read till 12 a.m. Miss historical fiction a lot. You do what you gotta do. Love Frankenstein so much. You are in the right chat, let me say. These are two Frankenstein gals right here.
Baby.
When I read Frankenstein for the first time, I was like live tweeting Liz, being like, oh my gosh, wow, my life is changing. This book is so good. And the whole time she was like, welcome to the club.
We have trauma, but we have a good time with it.
Yep. It's good to know. I've never heard of Brandon Sanderson. It's just like the silly nickname. Brandy Sandy, Brando Sando, and the like. Or a stripper name. Brandy Sandy would be a hilarious, like, nerdy stripper name.
I feel like it could also be a drag name.
That too. I love that too. Sandy Brandy.
I'm actually going to a book signing for a winner of Drag Race at my local bookstore tomorrow night.
What? That's so fun. Do you have the book already?
It's going to be a blast. No, it's a ticketed event, so the book comes with the ticket.
Oh, that's awesome. Super fun.
So I'm excited.
Please post outfit of the day from the wedding. I don't even think I took any pictures. Like, I was vlogging. I should have done some like fun like wedding B-roll, but I didn't. We were just having too much fun. I wore like a green kind of floral dress, and that's what I have for you. Just picture it in your mind's eye.
Go grab it during the sprints and bring it back to show us.
I'll be like, this is it. This is what I wore.
Change into it for the next chatty bit.
I got sunburned because it was like foggy on the beach and like windy. And even though I know better, like I'm born and bred California, like I know better than to not wear sunscreen at the beach. But I only put sunscreen on my arms because of my tattoos and on my face because I'm a whore for my skincare. So the rest of my body was like, it's foggy, sunburned, so bad. I was like, I deserve this.
Got like a reverse farmer's tan.
Yes. Yes. My arms are fine. My face is fine. My back and my chest are toasted. I'm up to 4 editions on my shelf. What was this about? Is this Frankenstein or something?
Probably Frankenstein.
Oh, this was Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm slowly collecting more and more versions of Frankenstein too. My best friend gives me a new version like every year.
I love that.
And I have a Frankenstein puzzle that I've been dying to put together, but I have cats. And that makes puzzles difficult. But like the whole puzzle is a continuous mural that covers all of the like key plot points of the story across the entire puzzle.
That's super cool. I love a puzzle. Reading Middle of the Night. Is that right?
Riley Sager. Yes.
Hell
Everybody's reading Middle of the Night.
I haven't done a reread just yet, but might have to copy you this October. I've also started a collection of Frankensteins, and each edition is so gorgeous. I only have the one, but I love the one I have. It's the Penguin Deluxe edition with like the comic book panels on the cover, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, one I got this year for Christmas is the like beautiful edition book, and so it's just covered in a painting, and the title images for every chapter are paintings.
Oh, it's awesome.
And like gilded edges and all that stuff. Yeah.
There is one edition because I have a soft spot for like I don't know. I'm not even like I guess I'm like learning to love the color pink as like a grown up.
Oh, that like
you
hot
know,
pink hardcover.
embracing. Yes, I'm like embracing pink as a grown person to be like I'm like healing my femininity or whatever. And so I'm like slowly collecting like pink classics, and there is that like hot pink edition
Yes.
of Frankenstein, and I want it. I need
A
it.
bookstore has it, and the amount of times I have almost purchased it.
Oh my god! Every time I see it, I'm like, do I just
should just bring it to you when I come to California, and it'll be stamped
Yes.
with a like Texas bookstore.
That'd be great. Even better. OMG, hi. Welcome to the party. I think we'll probably read at maybe like 25 after. I do like my multiples of 5. Read or be productive otherwise, because I will be not reading, but I will be editing. I really like the Only Opinions, but it scared me.
Oh, interesting. So would you consider it fast-paced then, Julie? Would that count for significantly? Am I not failing it completely this week?
Maybe. The only Stephen Graham Jones I've read is the story from Never Whistle at Night, which I liked, but I'm not really a horror person. So like like the context for horror for me is so whack.
Yeah.
Like exactly
I think so.
Same.
Speaking of horror and Never Whistle at Night and indigenous horror, there's one that I read that I think you would love. And it's called Bad Cree by Jessica Johns.
Oh, I have seen that around. Yeah.
She's an indigenous Canadian author, and it was beautifully done. And not like gory, awful horror. It was just, I think it's your vibe.
I'll add it to the list. I would like to get into whatever my lane of horror is. I just am still figuring that out, so that's helpful.
This is a lot of like female relationships and family and cultural traditions all wrapped up in a horror story.
Amazing. Immaculate. That was my favorite story from Never Whistle at Night. Was really similar. It was called, I forget who the contributing author was, but the story was called Scariest Story Ever, and it was like a lot of like campy horror tropes, but the point of the story was like community and family and traditions and the like keeping all of that like sacred rather than like exploiting it, but make that into a horror story. And I was like, yes, this is my flavor of horror.
Yeah, I think you'll really like Bad Cree.
Yes. Frankenstein buddy read, dude, anytime.
Say the word. I think we might have to put a thread in the Discord in October just for Frankenstein buddy.
Right. Yes. I don't like horror, but I like Stephen Graham Jones writing. There you go.
That this is the first time I'm picking up his book, and last year he was at our book festival, and I was like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to bother waiting in line to meet this man or get a signature. I have no clue if I have any care for him.
Yeah.
So if I really like it.
Do a taste test first. E-read from NetGalley, A Whisper of Death by Darcy Burke. I love the NetGalley commitment. I have truly given up, at least for now.
Oh, I just got the new James S.A. Corey series, the first book in that series on NetGalley. So I need to revive my my dying NetGalley presence because I'm very excited for that one.
It's just, it ebbs and flows. Catherine's here. Hello. Hello. How are you? Catherine. I love Brandon Sanderson. I haven't read Frankenstein, but I intend to. When I find a decent cover, I'm probably going to like it. So I want a nice copy. Yes. There are plenty of gorgeous editions out there for sure.
And bonus, it's not just horror, it's the first piece of science fiction.
Yes, Mother
Proto
Mary
sci-fi.
Shelley. Proto sci-fi, absolutely. Artificial intelligence, if you will. Sid, hola, hello. This is so cute, you guys. If I end up learning how to bind, I might just bind my favorites myself. That would be so badass, honestly. I love it.
Trying to sell bound fan fiction. People are getting in trouble for that right now.
Oh yeah, that would have to be like a personal hobby.
Yeah, people have been trying on Etsy. They've been getting hit for it.
Yikes. Picked up my first Riley Sager.
I also just picked up my first Riley Sager from the library because I've never read it, and Sarah from Sarah's Shelves was a little shocked and appalled that as her friend I had not.
I have not read any Riley Sager, but I'm just not really like a thriller person either. So whenever the mood strikes, maybe I'll eventually grab one. But you see how dramatic she's being right now?
She has a right to be. She is a
the
queen.
Side eye.
Sunday.
Come here. Nope. She's like, I'll do it when I damn well feel like it. Riley Sager trying to finish my last summer Ween book. I know, is it this weekend? Like, I feel like it ends soon.
Yeah, it was only like the first half of July, I feel like.
Yeah. I would absolutely consider The Only Good Indians fast paced. There you go. A win.
Thank you, Julie.
A win.
Win is a win.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. A win is a win. Stephen Graham Jones is the only horror author that has ever made me feel creeped out or grossed out. Respect. See, this scares me. This scares me.
What have I gotten myself into? It was between this and Lovecraft Country. It was this, Lovecraft Country, Raven Boys, and there were a couple of others that kind of had folly vibes.
Folly vibes, huh?
Folly, yeah. Autumnal.
Let's see. Let me close out a bunch of random tabs so I can have a little timer.
Yeah.
What do we think for our first little sprinty poo?
I am down for whatever you would like, my dear. You're the one editing, so what do you need?
I know. A chunk of time. I'm thinking like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you think?
Back at the 10? Is that how that math works?
Yeah, something like that.
Good job, Noggin. There's still some juice in there at the end of the week.
There's still some juice.
At the noggin.
Uh-huh.
The old melon.
The old dome. Let's see. Can I just do...
Oh, Joe says today is the last day of summer wean, so she's got to rush through that Riley Sager tonight.
Okay, now let's see if I can do this here. All right. I'll see you back in a few. Okay, bye.
Welcome back. Mo's here.
Mo is here somewhere.
She's at the gym, probably.
Maybe just the ride along.
Yes.
Hey, bud.
Hello.
We're cruising. What are you up to?
I'm at the gym. Reading with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Being a boss.
Love it.
That's what that's called. I made a promise I was going to do it every day this month. I can't wake up
Ooh.
early, so here we are.
You're doing it.
Yep.
Here we are, she says. Liz is eating a giant Cheez-It.
Is that the one from Taco Bell?
Yeah,
I've seen
I got just the Cheez-It.
What?
I'm so jealous.
really
I'm
it?
so jealous.
Yeah.
Wow.
It literally came in the giant Cheez-It box.
It doesn't
No,
look very cheddary.
It's really good.
Awesome.
I'm doing my Noel cosplay with my Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi and Cheez-Its.
Whoa.
Yes. I know.
This
I wanted
is
to
weird.
go by
I can't
Taco
tell
Bell.
the difference.
It's the same picture.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't tried it with the stuff on it, but these are good.
It looks
you didn't
really
get
good.
Any toppings? Is it like a crunch wrap or something?
They have a crunch wrap version and then like a tostada version, but I pulled through the drive-thru and was like, hey, could I just get the Cheez-It?
No, like sure.
And I got 2 for less than $3.
Perfect. Did they warm it up or
I
something?
have to go.
It's just a cold cheese.
I don't know. I drove through at like 1:30 today, so they might have been warm when they handed them to me, but I'm just not eating them.
Fair. That's been a long time.
They did specifically go and get fresh ones for me. I think they were like, this crazy lady needs the freshest of giant Cheez-Its.
It can't be that weird of an ask. I feel like they have to have people that ask for the Cheez-Its.
I think I was her first because she's like, hold on. And she went away for a minute, was like, yeah, you can do that. How many do you want?
No, like
that's
the
awesome.
lowest amount. That's
like,
funny.
I just want to make sure I can do this in the system.
In the system.
Like in a register. Like she would need to be able to like charge me.
Yeah.
They're really salty.
It sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to get some snacks on this next sprint for sure. Let's see, where are we at? Phoenix King. I hope you love it. We have Andy that hopped in. Hello. And we have Rachel that hopped in.
Rachel.
And Eleanor.
Hi, everybody.
And I did also forget to tell you that I don't usually play ambiance during sprints. And so I just, enjoy the thoughts. Embrace the void.
Provide your own ambiance.
Provide your own ambiance, yes.
Yep.
Bring your own. Bring your own.
I literally do.
Perfect.
I got a new one coming out tomorrow morning. It's locked.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I love that you've been making those recently.
It like weirdly brings me so much joy.
Perfect.
I'll use the new one for Saturday or Sunday, whatever day I said.
Like garden-y potion herbology vibes.
Okay.
That is so fun.
Hey, Vanessa.
Whisper of Death, 4.75 stars. I rarely rate books except exceptional ones. I love it.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that you
I love
enjoyed
that philosophy.
Mm-hmm. Switching to an audiobook while I eat dinner. Yes, I'm going to have to get some grub pretty soon here. Reading Three Body Problem. Liz is excited. Mo is excited. I still need to read this. I had every intention of reading this for Galactic Thon, and then I just did.
You haven't read that?
I'm a little shocked, but I would really love it if one of your tarot pulls for me would allow me to read the final book in the series, so I can read the final book in the series.
I will keep that
fast-paced.
in mind. We'll keep that in mind. Oh yeah, fast-paced.
Definitely fast-paced.
But that owns only a significator, and I try to do double duty when I can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Hello. Halfway through my Cups significator book. I think Cups had What did Cups have? Was that the animal one? No, Cups had The Fool, a book by a new to you author. Team Cups Unite. I read 70 pages of One Piece Volume 1. Getting started. I love it. Hello.
What are you reading, Mo?
I found a horror book on Kindle Unlimited that was supposedly fast paced. It's called The Last Night of Jason Sparks or Jack Sparks or something. And he's like trying to like debunk an exorcism. But like it's clear something horrible is gonna happen. Because they literally said like an ambulance will be needed in like a few hours. And then you go back to the past. So it's all gonna happen in a span of a night.
Okay.
So yeah. That's what I'm reading. For our significator, Team Pentacles. Whoop, whoop.
Team Pentacles. I know we've got 100% of Team Pentacles represented here. Of the hosts. Yeah. These are my Earth people.
We're here.
Yes, Catherine, you can just buy the giant Cheez-It, and it's kind of worth it.
I'm really going to try it.
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, these are saltier than the normal ones.
That's what I need to know. Okay.
And it's got a real good texture. I was a little worried it was going to be kind of funky in the middle. Real good texture.
It must get soggy when they put the toppings on, because I've heard people say it gets weird.
Yeah, naked's tasty.
Naked's tasty.
I mean, their tacos get soggy, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taco Bell is best enjoyed as you're pulling out of the drive-thru line.
True.
Agree.
Like, you can't even get it out of the parking lot before it starts going.
I reheated the Taco Bell taco once. Let's just say it was a low point.
I would, yeah. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
Just finished my audiobook of Page Boy by Elliot Page. I still need to read this.
Nice. Yeah.
Game changer. Read 20 pages. Way to go, Mo! I'm 100 pages into Claustrophilia. I'm horrified, disgusted, appalled, and I can't stop reading. Sounds like it's a good one. Keep forgetting to breathe, making my stomach churn. See, when horror lovers talk about books they love, like, this is what it sounds like. And as not a horror lover, it's just like, I cannot. It just like affirms to me that, like, why? Like, no, thanks. I'll just go read a romance, actually. I don't need to have, I already have stomach problems. Yeah. Like, I'm already anxious with stomach problems. I don't need to, I don't need to self-select into more of that. But I know that it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I think there are times where I don't read a ton of horror, but sometimes horror can trigger my anxiety, and other times horror can distract me from my anxiety because I'm feeling stressed about something that isn't going to hurt me.
I've heard that too, that it's like, this is so extreme or this is so different that it is like soothing to read something so scary outside of my life. I can see that too.
It's also why I like reading books that are going to make me cry, because I don't want to cry about anything happening in my own life, but I still have to get those emotions out, so I'll cry about something fictional.
Yep. I totally get that. I only read about 20 pages, but it's French and I'm slow. And so many of the characters are lazy and boring, so it's a bit boring to read, unfortunately. That sounds like kind of a drag.
Are you reading it in French or in English?
Which is impressive.
Yeah, I thought she was reading Lord of the Rings in French.
Whoa, me?
That is cool.
No, Nicole.
Oh, I was
that
like,
cool.
I said I can speak French, but Lord of the Rings in French is a little advanced.
Hello, I'm reading Magic Lies and Deadly Pies for the Queen of Wands, strong female protagonist. I'm only 20 pages in, but it seems like it's going to be fun and feminist. It sounds great. Like, Magic Lies and Deadly Pies sounds like all the right ingredients.
Yeah, Deadly Pies. Yeah.
It reminds me of there was a mystery book my mom read when I was a kid called If I'd Killed Him When I Met Him, I'd Be Out by Now. Like, it's got that same kind of cheeky vibe title.
I love it.
I was maybe 9 when she read this. I will remember the cover of that book for the rest of my life.
That is wild. Didn't read much. I got distracted. Had to make myself a snack. I'm thinking about putting on an audiobook and trying to do the reverse challenge for Team Pentacles during the next sprint. Yes, I was just filming a wrap-up clip for a vlog in front of my bookshelves and was like, ooh, they could use a good dusting. I might have to do that too.
Yeah. Oh wait, I did that.
You better submit it.
I didn't even remember it was a prompt, but I totally cleaned and dusted all my books.
It's very Pentacles of you.
Hauled a bunch of books and hauled them. Yeah, I did it. I did it this week. It's been a week, guys. It's been a week.
It's just naturally flowing. You're just so tuned in.
I'm such a Pentacles that I don't even know
You are.
How Pentacle I'm being.
It just comes naturally. I was lacking snacks during the sprint. I am right there with you. Like I've been my editing. I do. I think we do have Cheez-Its. I might, or just one giant Cheez-It, which
it is 16 Cheez-Its apparently.
Okay.
Easily procured a giant Cheez-It.
Yes.
No toppings.
No toppings, just Cheez-It.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you could order just the Cheez-It from a delivery app.
You definitely can. It's just gonna be
I'm about to try. Yeah.
You're gonna probably pay the price of the tostada with no toppings.
True. We'll find out. Page 11 of Divergent. What a throwback.
Yeah. Just watch that movie.
Divergent. Oh my gosh.
Recently. Again.
I've never seen that movie.
Well, you're missing out on Theo James.
You really are. We love Theo James. Trying to get my body to stop reacting like I'm there. Yep.
This one's
you also said that this was terrifying for you. Should I be scared?
What book is that? What are you guys reading?
Only Good Indians is what I'm gonna pick up after I finish The Secret History of Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Which is my mixed media book.
Got it.
That's cool.
Because it's got FBI reports and news articles, and at the beginning they had letters from Meriwether Lewis.
Okay. I'm not a Twin Peaks girly, but I do like Dual Spires. If anyone watches Psych.
Yeah, this is definitely for Twin Peaks lovers, or if you are a Twin Peaks lover who also enjoys speculative history and was like, wait, how does the old show connect to the new show? This is for you. I turned on the Twin Peaks soundtrack. I'm having a time.
Eating your cheese.
Nice.
Wow.
Because I've been obsessed.
Living the life.
An icon, really.
Well, I've been getting a lot of Twin Peaks content because I watched and am obsessed with the Fallout show, but I went into it because Kyle MacLachlan was in it from Twin Peaks. Also Dune, the original Dune. So the algorithm was like, you must want Twin Peaks, and now I want to rewatch it. So it felt like the perfect time to pick up this book.
Nice. Do the Cheez-Its taste like normal or extra dry, overbaked, crispy kind? I love the crispy kind.
I love the crispy kind.
I am a crispy kind.
Crispier for me. It could have been more like the crispy kind for me, but it wasn't. It had a nice I know this is gonna be a weird analogy, but it almost tasted like it had almond flour in it. It had the consistency of an almond flour cracker at points, which I dig. I like an almond flour cracker.
Interesting. I have no frame of reference for that. I'm yes, almond flour crackers.
Yeah, the skinny girl's never had to do the keto diet. Doesn't know the taste of it. Almond flour.
Couldn't tell you what almond flour tastes like if I tried.
Every girlie who's done keto knows.
Yeah.
Well, no.
My life
never tried keto. Embrace the void. We should get shirts made. Honestly, I'm down for void merch. Would be up for it. What are y'all reading? I am not reading. I'm editing a vlog because I procrastinated and I need it to post tomorrow morning. And I got a whole 17 minutes into the rough first draft edit, so it's going to be a long night, y'all, but that's okay. That's what we're here for.
And I'm reading The Last Night of Jack Sparrow or something. I forgot. Jack Sparks. Sorry.
Last Night of
Yeah,
Jack Sparrow sounds dope. I would so read that.
I would read that, but now I'm gonna have that song from Michael Bolton stuck in my head. The
What?
Lonely Island.
I don't know.
I don't know
You
either.
have to sing it, unfortunately. Gotta sing it.
I will not, but I will send it to you in the group
Darn
chat.
it.
We tried the peer pressure.
Yeah, I did.
I'm so behind on all the books. Mood reading continues to thwart my readathon plans. I feel this with every fiber of my being.
That's why I'm loving the significator challenges. Because I'm like, ooh,
Food.
yeah. Wonderful.
Something different.
Yeah.
Reading with love from Cold War for the lovers, and it matches the significator. You love to see the doubling up.
Love the double up.
I haven't had this stronger reaction to horror since first experiencing Chaos Head as a child. There are definitely some horror books that I've heard can give you that physical reaction. Not me.
Yeah, I haven't
But
read that many. Actually, no. Things have gotten worse since I last spoken was truly a time.
I have heard that.
I felt that about Sister Maiden Monster because it was cosmic horror. It was like body horror, cosmic horror, feminist. And I was like, oh, there are parts where I was just reading it like this.
Yikes. I squinted closed.
Oh, like,
150 pages into Legendborn for my 11th book of the readathon for Knight of Pentacles. And
that's my book club's pick for this month.
Legendborn?
Love her down.
Yeah, that's the one, the Arthurian one, right? Yeah.
Arthurian, yeah. I own it. I still haven't read it either.
How are y'all my friends?
I know.
I was waiting for the book series to be over because I hate getting stuck on cliffhangers.
Just read the first book.
I know. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well,
I can feel the fantasy itch. Yeah. Yeah, you're reading it this month.
It just so far hasn't matched any of my tarot props. So I haven't picked it up yet.
Well, I'm about to give you a handful, so maybe it will.
I have to read it. I have to read some of it before Sunday for our meeting, so.
Gotcha. I was so scared to pick up One Piece because it's so long and so hyped. I feel like I said what I said earlier as if I had read it. I haven't read any of it either, but I know that it's long. Yeah.
I gave you the confidence because I like.
Yep. Team wands. My partner has a One Piece D&D.
Yeah, but where are your wands now?
Where are the wands? Where are the people at? We've got lots of representation here. I was thinking about starting Abby Jimenez in last week's sprint, and I want you to know I did start Part of Your World, and I'm giggling and kicking my feet.
I got Part of Your World for my birthday.
My ministry. Spreading the gospel of Abby Jimenez.
Yes. That inspired family.
Good
One
words.
word at a time.
Oh, I love it. I love that book so much. Page Boy is amazing on audio, seriously amazing. And I saw so much of my experience in Envy as an NB transmech person in it. I need to read it. I'm so excited. I've only heard like amazing things. I don't feel the need for horror. Like Nicola Cottage Witch, I pick up on that vibe about you. I feel like we're in a similar boat.
Into the grossest of body horror. She's there reading McKay's self-pub.
Nope.
That made Deja vomit.
Yeah, I'll skip it. Love the stress of horror and knowing it's not mine. Like, there really are two types of people. I mean, technically it's a horror romance. It's so fucked up. Love homoerotic horror. It probably has many triggers. Whatever it does for you. If horror scares me enough, I start seeing things. So I make sure it's the type of horror I can handle if I'm scared. Like, y'all are wild.
Oh yeah. 100% though, Julie. Like, I cannot do zombies. The only reanimated corpse that belongs in my life is Frankenstein's monster. I cannot even do like a whiff of a reanimated corpse other than him. Because it triggers my generalized anxiety disorder. I have zombie themed nightmares. Even if I'm just like generally stressed in my life, I start having dreams that I'm being like overtaken by a zombie horde. So I can't feed that into my person at all. So I know I have to avoid anything that has to do with that, to the point where one of my best friends was like, oh my gosh, I read this book and I think you would love it except for zombies. I kept thinking the whole time, Elizabeth's going to love this except for this fucking reanimated corpse.
No. Bummer.
Like, you can't do it.
I'm reading it in French. I finished Lord of the Rings in French, and now I'm working on a book from
Djibouti. Djibouti.
Great. Excellent.
Big booty
Well,
Djibouti.
I finished Fellowship. That's not boring. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
I bet
cool.
Tom Bombadil was great in French.
Maybe.
Bombadil. I don't know what that is.
I used to
Catherine,
watch
are you still in the chat?
Oh, is it a monster romance?
No, Tom Bombadil's in Lord of the Rings.
Oh. You can tell how much I love that book.
Yeah. And he's one of the first characters you meet outside of the Shire. They
You can
cut
tell
him
I
from the
really
movie,
love.
but he's one of my favorite things about the Lord of the Rings is Tom Bombadil.
I thought you said Tom Bombadil.
I did too.
I've heard a B.
Yeah, it's a B. Tom Bombadil. Catherine just put it in chat. His full.
Oh,
I'm way
Fucking given
behind.
name. Yeah. Tom Bombadil. He's my baby. I felt so, as a young child who went to the midnight showings of all of the Lord of the Rings movies, the betrayal that I felt when Tom did not show up in the movie is unmatched.
what?
I did not hear Tom Bombadil at all.
No, I was like I don't know.
I really thought we were talking about an author or a book title.
I would read a Tom Bombadil book.
Got it. Writing it now.
Tom Bombadil is master.
How many more sprints will there be? I think this is a fabulous segue into another sprint. I know we have lots of, chatting and comments to catch up on too, but y'all, I got a vlog to edit. I'm thinking another 45 minutes. I know. I'm like, it's gonna be a late night for me probably. What do we think? How did 45 minutes feel? Chilling?
50 pages read. I did great.
Great.
So I'm down with 45. Let's do that again. That's your sweet spot.
I'm gonna go till my phone dies because I didn't bring my charger, so it may vanish from this. I may vanish from this stream. So happy reading, everyone.
I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah,
it's been wonderful to be in your presence, though, Mo, for however long we have you.
I'm happy to be in your presence as well. Oh, let me mute.
Hello.
Wow.
How did we do?
I did another 50 pages and had the other Cheez-It. I'm in a portion where they are going through the real life connection between L. Ron Hubbard and Aleister Crowley.
That's wild.
Like I had to Google to see if it actually lined up, and it does, but they're tying it back to Twin Peaks. So that's the like speculative fake part of the history. But there's been so many things in this where I'm like, wait, that can't be real. And I Google it and I'm like, oh, that was very real. They did have this overlap weirdly.
What? That
And,
is
like,
really weird.
Yeah. It's wild. I'm having a great time. I love fake history.
Fake
How's
history.
your editing going?
It's good. I have roughly edited 44 minutes out of about an hour and 15 minutes. And then I have to add in the B-roll, which is the hard part anyway. So it's a it's a journey of my own making, but it's fine.
You're moving along. You're doing
We are
doing the work.
definitely making progress.
Yeah.
So
Did you get your Taco Bell?
We did order Taco Bell, so it is on the way. I couldn't figure out how to order just Cheez-Its without it still being a $4 tostada.
Yeah.
So I gave
I
gave
don't think
up.
you can do it. Like I think you
No.
have to go in and
I'm
be
gonna
like,
have to drive through.
Just like the Cheez-It. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to drive through. Yeah. But I am
Worth
excited
it.
for my bean burritos and potato tacos.
I just love that they redesigned the box for the Cheez-It.
It's such a good design too.
But yeah, I don't know how the tostada is. I can only attest to the Cheez-It.
Y'all, I have no clue where we left off in comments, so I'm gonna jump
we're
Tom
in a Tom Bombadil. Yeah.
And if you
because
had
apparently
really
he's showing up in the show. Like
okay,
he's
great.
showing up in the Rings of Power show is what Catherine was talking about. And I lost my ever-loving mind because it's the best news I've had all week.
Tom Bombadil, Rings of Power. Yeah, if I missed something important, just say it again because I got lost. But I still don't know who Tom Bombadil is. It's a character in the books.
Yeah, he's in Fellowship of the Rings. He's literally the first like entity that Frodo and crew encounter after they leave the Shire.
Got it.
He's like a chaotic woodland spirit.
Actually, I may have already confessed this in our last sprints together, but the only of the series that I've read is The Hobbit. And it was, I mean, I enjoyed my read, but it wasn't like my new personality. And I have never seen the movies. Like Wes and I are watching them. He's watched them 1,000 times, but we're slowly making our way through the like 4-hour cuts of each movie.
Yeah,
because I've never watched
the right
them.
ones. Yeah,
that's what I've heard. I'm like,
still wouldn't know Tom because Tom didn't make it into the movie. Like some of his lines get used by Treebeard, one of the Ents. Okay, but Tom himself never appears, which is why him showing up in the Rings of Power is very exciting, and I'm really curious as to who they're casting. But yeah, the books are also very different in some instances from the movies.
I could see
I'm
that.
sure
I
Wes
do want to
will
read them. Yes, he hasn't read them, but they're on our list once we finish our Game of Thrones absolute marathon that we've been reading together. There's like a handful of fantasy series that are kind of on like his list that is like, oh, this is a great excuse to like read things together. So I think eventually he will want to read the Lord of the Rings series, and I think that'll be fun for everyone involved because then I'll have actually seen the movies. So it's like backwards, but I'll take it.
And they're like some of the pacing's different. Some characters are very different, and I know Catherine's going to disagree with me, but I think that the Lord of the Rings is a much stronger story than The Hobbit. I've never been a big fan of The Hobbit. I was scarred emotionally by the 70s cartoon and a terrible English teacher who really ruined a lot of literature for me in my middle school years. So
oh, it's terrible.
But Lord of the Rings is amazing.
3 cards to pick. Like pull 3 cards for your TBR? Absolutely.
Pull all 79 cards if you're really feeling
if you want.
Yeah.
Deleted 6,000 trash emails and dropped my inbox from 19,000 to 6,000. I know I never check my emails. How do you live like this? Is my first question.
I feel those numbers right here in the back of my neck.
Ouch. 16,000? Like at that point, like don't even bother filtering through. Like trash everything.
Delete it and start over.
Start from if you haven't found it in the 16,000, I don't think you need it. Just delete it and start over.
I feel that way. Like I got really sick in April and I was out of the office and in and out of the office for a while, and my inbox was over 300 at one point, and I was like, I should just delete everything. If they need me, they'll come back.
Yeah. My work email, there's no way I have to stay on top of that shit. But my personal email, like, yeah, it gets to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'll just throw all this in the garbage. And if it was that important, they'll find me.
Yeah. They'll come for me. I know they will.
But I'm also ruthless about unsubscribing. I don't stay subscribed to absolutely anything. My favorite hot tip for your email inbox is on Black Friday. I unsubscribe from everything that sends me an email, and it's great. Because everything you're subscribed to is going to send you a Black Friday email.
There was a period of time where I had a filter where anything that said unsubscribe would just go into a folder where I didn't have to look at it. And I could just go and periodically delete that folder. But now they don't put unsubscribe in the same way in the emails, and it stopped working.
Yeah, it drives me bonkers. There's like maybe 2 brands that I actually am subscribed to, and it's kind of begrudgingly. I'm like, you still send me too many emails, but I do want to get your marketing, so I like tolerate it.
You know, one thing I never unsubscribe from is Noelle's newsletter.
Oh, hey, it's coming back on Sunday, probably.
Whoa.
This weekend. I just have to figure out which day. I know. I am excited. It's if you want more of my ramblings about books and not books, that is the place.
Highly recommend. It's solid top tier content.
It's a fun time over on Substack.
And because it's Tarot Readathon, I will once again plug you can get a tarot reading from the lovely Noelle.
You're the best hype man.
Coffee.
I do also do tarot readings. You're so nice to plug that when I still haven't delivered you your tarot reading, but I will.
It'll come.
It'll come.
And I'm actually probably about to commission one for a friend because she's been complaining that somebody that I work with, that she's been getting a lot of those like weird TikTok tarots. They're all weirdly like, somebody's gonna fire you. Leaders at your organization are arguing about your position. And like she's really stressed about it. And I was like, none of this is speaking to you. Ignore it. This is not for you. I'm gonna get you your own tarot reading that's meant for you.
Oh my gosh. The fear mongering can be so insane.
And like once you get one, it's just gonna give you a bunch of them.
Yeah, I always get really like those are terrible. Like, why are we throwing this on the internet to just like ruin people's algorithms and get in their head? And then I see those and they make me angry. And then I also see like the toxic relationship or like your ex is coming back ones, and it's like, why are you doing like thousands of people are gonna see this? You can't just be like throwing that shit out there for like anyone to stumble across in the algorithm. It just like
charlatans.
Yeah, discernment is I mean, like, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 out of those thousands of people are gonna actually have some encounter like that, but at that point,
but like hundreds of people are just gonna be stressed out for no fucking reason.
Yes, like no, like why are we doing that to people?
Agree.
Finished my Cup Significator book. Excellent. I love Black Sun. How are you liking it? I love that series.
For a second,
Have you
I
read
thought
that
it
series?
said she read Black Sun and it ate.
And it ate.
That's what I interpreted it as.
I love that series. I don't know. I feel like the third one just came out or is about to come out.
It just came out because
Okay.
I've been seeing it everywhere. And now that the last book is out, that means that I can read it. Will I read all three in back to back? No. But it makes me feel better to know that when I'm ready for the next book, it's already there for me.
Yes. I have very, very high hopes for the third book because the first book is a masterpiece. No notes. The second book is fine. So I need this book to be a closer. Like I need it to bring it back around.
The second book is Temple of Doom. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's there.
Yeah. Ate cereal, did other things, read 5 pages. This is a mood. I love a bowl
Sammy,
of cereal.
it's 5 more pages than you had before.
Yeah. Finished One Piece Volume 1 and reading The Baker and the Bard next. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun and it reminded me that I still haven't finished Bookshops and Bone Dust. And that's going to be my little treat when I finish editing this vlog.
I love that. Oh, I've read a cozy sci-fi recently, like super cozy sci-fi that you might enjoy called The Floating Hotel, where it's
That sounds
literally a
fun.
spaceship hotel and you follow a bunch of different characters and there's somebody who's kind of putting out criticism against the 500-year reigning emperor, and some various sources both in support of this person and trying to stop this person have tracked them down to this floating hotel. And so you're in perspectives of 20 people just living their lives as this through line kind of touches and skirts past them and their experiences until you eventually find out exactly what happened and who it was.
Nice. It does sound
It's like
cozy.
yeah, it's super cozy, super low stakes, and with just a really interesting cast of characters. So you're feeling some cozy sci-fi, Floating Hotel.
Hell yeah. 30 pages. 30 pages left. Been bouncing between 4 books. This is me always, constantly.
I feel it.
I have taken all the books I wanted to reorganize off the shelves. I've gotten a couple more chapters into Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Very nice. You're having a great evening.
Yeah. Checking it off, Julie.
Morgan is desperate to talk about claustrophilia.
I am so sorry. I feel like that is a different live stream crowd. Potentially.
You should totally do a live tarot poll. I think that I do because I'm also doing sprints this Saturday, like Saturday morning Pacific time. And I think that maybe I will do some live tarot polls in the chat. I just had that little brain blast. So if you want to be cozy and drink coffee and vibe with some tarot, I'm gonna pencil that in for our Saturday sprints.
Like you can pull mine.
Yeah,
Live.
that'd be fun. Well, I know you want
wanna-
it for a video, so I am still gonna record that for you. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Well, I
we
mean,
do
if
like
you-
single card polls or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying is if you want to just get it out of the way, either today or Saturday, and you want to just do it on stream, then I can just pull this and you don't have to worry about sending me anything.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm gonna do
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Don't you even
Yay.
worry.
I'm so excited. I'm kind of determined to not pull a single tarot card for myself this round.
That's what you were saying. I think that's really fun.
Also, because coming back from my facialist appointment, my esthetician appointment, my tarot cards have disappeared. So I'm really locked in on the not pulling my own tarot cards now because I can't find them.
What do you mean they disappeared? Like, how does that happen?
I brought them into my car, and I thought I brought them into the house, but I've literally cleaned the whole house since that I cannot find them. They're not in the car. They're not in the house. They have just poofed into the ether. My cat tarot deck is just gone to the winds, and I feel like that's really bad juju to lose your tarot deck.
It's happened to me before once, and I don't I don't know what it is. And like I have several decks, and this is years ago, and it was a deck that had like a single word associated with each tarot card. So it was one of my kind of like a learner deck to give you like a cue of like the theme of each card. And it wasn't like my daily deck that I was reaching for, but there's no reason that I would have misplaced it. And then I just one day I was like, that's like the one that I want. Like I really want that deck. And it disappeared. I couldn't find it anywhere. It's gone. Poofed into nothing.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No,
the universe said
it
no
might
more.
just happen. Yeah, the universe said that one's actually not for you. It just poofed into someone. I'm really convinced that it just showed up in someone else's house, and they were like, "What?
Just
Where did this
suddenly
come
they're
from?"
like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah. If I ever find it
That
again,
is
I'll let you
wild.
know. But yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult for me to pull any tarot cards for myself at this point.
That is so crazy. I've read The Hobbit multiple times. I feel like you're one way or the other.
They're very different. They're intended for very different audiences.
Yeah. And Catherine loves them all, I know.
Yes.
This part be multitasked. Love to hear it. I love the movies and the books are some of my most read books.
Yeah, I've been itching to reread The Lord of the Rings.
Yes. I've been pulling 5 cards at once. And
Yeah.
once I finish Legendborn and Rebecca, I'll have to pull again. That's impressive.
It's one of my all-time favorites. It's the first book that I remember. I was maybe in the 9th grade when I read it. Like it was at high school. But I remember starting it, and the first couple chapters were a little bit slow, but once it hooked me, the next thing I knew, I was closing the book and my dad was coming into my bedroom to wake me up for school. Like I just read the book all night and didn't think anything of it. Couldn't put it down.
Gotcha. It's one of the classics that's like probably next on my list.
Definitely don't watch the movie before you read the book.
Okay. The Hobbit is very much a middle grade book, and I love it, but I get that people want the epic fantasy that Lord of the Rings is. Yeah, I think that's definitely a misconception. Like, I had no idea. Like, I read The Hobbit and was like, is this for kids? And it very much literally is, in fact, for kids. So that totally shifted my perspective. Oh, this is the emails. It's a lot of subscriptions and book freebies, so it's relaxing but stressful. I have FOMO. Delete it. Delete it.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
You'll feel better.
An email address at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Or have one email that's just your like spam email and your other email that's like your real email. I definitely have that. Too many newsletters is also real. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know, like, where do these come from? Like, I don't think I ever sign up for them. They just appear.
Oh, I had to go to this work event. I went to a convention related to like national security. That's not what I do, but I was there and my name got put on the attendee list. So now I get like drone PR for buying drone equipment to surveil your security needs and guns and
oh my God.
Armored vehicles to my
Wild.
work email. It's great. Really
Perfect.
quickly unsubscribe to all of those.
Yep. TikTok has a problem with manipulative spiritual content. Yeah, and it's not even like TikTok is just now the new medium for all of that. Like there's always been manipulative fear-mongering shit in spiritual communities. It's just that now TikTok is the easy big microphone way to do that, which is just gross. But yeah, I mean, just be discerning. It just is shitty to try and wade through. The TikTok tarot readings are so clickbaity. I just saw one that was like, if you just saw a video about Chapel Roan, this is for you. Oh, the viral pop star? Wild. Wild. Alternating between The Return of the King, Rebecca, Neverwinter, and A Little Life, which is a wild rite of show.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, you got a little sprinkle of everything in there. That's kind of the way to do it though, because for me, if I'm reading multiple things that are all similar or like the same genre, they will mix up in my brain.
And when I'm reading something dense like a Return of the King or A Little Life, like I have to have other things to break it up. Like I'm reading Shantaram on audio, and it's 950 pages. It's 43 hours of audio. I gotta do other things.
That is so miserable. Your friend did you so dirty.
She loves it so much, and right now nothing's happened. But I like the characters. They're funny.
Oh, I'd be like, I love you, but veto.
There is an Apple TV show version with Charlie Hunnam.
Got it.
That may be happening instead eventually. We'll see how far I get into it.
I always get that you are going to meet your one true love soon, and it never delivers. Yeah, just like that's such an easy. Like that's of course that's going to circulate. People are going to be like, "Ooh, yay, it's happening!"
But also, your neighbor meet cute, Catherine.
Yes, hello. What are the updates?
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know.
Yes, Sunday at the latest. I was aiming for the 7th because I was like, oh, 7/7 would be a sweet day to make my newsletter return. And then that was the day my brother got married. And I was like, never mind. I had other things to do.
I do love how Sunday does not react to you saying Sunday.
Oh, it's because we don't like the classic thing, like she's my pet, but we don't call her Sunday. It's just like that's her name, but mostly we call her plenty of other things besides her name.
Love it.
Black Sun did eat. I need the last book so bad, but I have no money.
The library wait on that is going to be a lot.
A lot. The second book should not have existed. It has second book syndrome. The series should have been a duology. I think so too. Because Black Sun for an adult epic fantasy was pretty short. And the second book is pretty short too. And the way the second book goes just feels kind of disjointed. Like I really think we could have just sliced that book in half and made it a duology. I'm totally on the same page.
There's such a weird fascination in the publishing industry to try to make things 3. When a duology is lovely. Like I love a duology. Just give me 2 books and it's done.
Yeah. But if you can sell 3 books instead of 2 books,
but if you have a miserable book, there's going to be a ton of people who aren't going to buy your 3rd book.
True.
You're still going to have a huge amount of attrition if the second book's garbage.
People will be like, no, screw these 2 nice hardcovers that I bought brand new. I'm not going to complete the series.
And I'm probably never going to buy anything from this author again because I'm so mad. Because I'm that bitter of a person.
This should have been a duology. I'm never reading them again. I know
who I am. There are times I'm like, you know what? This was bad and you were off the menu. I'm not thinking about you ever again.
Oh no. Makes me so nervous to continue the series. I'm loving Black Sun so far. I don't want you to be, I think I gave the second book like 3 stars. It wasn't that it was a bad book. It just was like after the chef's kiss masterpiece that the first book was like, where did the sauce go? You know, like you were cooking. Like what happened? So I think it'll come back around from what I've heard from people who had ARCs or NetGalley or whatever. So I'm excited. I believe when you lose a deck, it has gone to find its true owner. It's why many believe you shouldn't buy your deck. It should be found or gifted. I know that is a like a superstition or belief too with tarot, but I am a consumer, so I do love to buy a new deck. And I also am very picky. So I was like, I want to choose the things that I use all the time. So I just chose to not vibe with that.
Yeah. So no.
But yeah, there's been that deck that truly just disappeared from my possession. But there's also been a couple of decks that I tried and then never really vibed with and have like unhauled. Like my used bookstore will take tarot decks as long as all the
Nice.
cards are there. So I've unhauled several decks too, and I've just trust that they find who they need to find.
The right home. Yeah, I've unintentionally unhauled my only tarot deck, which I did
Yep.
buy for myself for the tarot readathon last year. I do love though when I do an in-person reading and the person has multiple decks and you get to choose the deck that speaks to you the most in an in-person situation, as opposed to just like, here's what you got.
Yep. I love that too. Whenever I like will read for friends or anyone in town, it's like, and I don't even, because I have such a gross amount of decks that I use. But so I'll just pick a handful off the shelf and put them on the table and be like, whatever you want, pick as few or as many. And it's like a fun extra element of the reading.
Which, if you do a Ko-Fi reading with Noelle, she will often pull from multiple decks, and it's a fun like adventure through her beautiful collection, but also different vibes and energies, and it's lovely.
Many different vibes. I think I am eventually, maybe on like the last day of the readathon or something, I will expose myself with all of the decks that I own, because it's
It'd be a great video to just like, here's all
wild.
my tarot decks.
It would be a fun like little tour of of the collection so far.
You have that same spirit animal deck that my esthetician uses at every session too, I think.
Oh, the Wild Unknown one?
Mm-hmm.
That was, I don't know if it's the first like spiritual card deck I got, but it was definitely my first like oracle deck. I can't remember now if I got my tarot deck or my like animal deck first, but I love, to this day, there's 3 decks that I pull from every day if I'm in like in my zone with my daily habit. But usually I pull 3 cards every day from the same 3 decks. And for years, that animal spirit Wild Unknown deck has been one of those. It just always
hits too. Yeah.
The art is so good. That creator now has like several other, like, I know they have a tarot deck and a few other oracle decks, and I have my eye on them. I just have never pulled the trigger on any of those. But the archetypes one, it's like hexagon shape. No.
Oh, interesting.
I think there's like an archetypes one that's circle cards, and there's an alchemy one that's like hexagon shape. And I think that's the one would buy next if I was going to get another of theirs. All lost things end up in Halloween Town at that guy's house. Yeah, go get it.
It could also be with the hoarder lady in Labyrinth. In the trash heap.
Could be.
Because I'm old and I relate more to the Labyrinth than Halloween Town. It probably ended up there.
There are so many to choose from. Yeah. I would tell you not to overthink it too much. Just get one that has art that you vibe with.
When I realized I lost mine, I was like, well, maybe this is a chance to like get something extra quirky, because I just like found the first thing that kind of spoke to me at the store. And I was obviously in a Twin Peaks mood. So I was like, surely somebody has made Twin Peaks tarot cards. This feels like a perfect marriage. No, there's not a Twin Peaks tarot deck to be found in the universe. Somebody attempted to make them and did like a small run and then pulled them for whatever reason. I think they probably got sued, but
that could be.
It does not exist.
That's crazy. I just got a friend to pick up Rebecca for the Powell's Summer Reading Challenge, so I feel like I've accomplished something.
Yes, they're
on my list.
And Mo and I were talking about buddy reading it. I'm just waiting on her to tell me when. She's in the mood for it as the mood reader. But I even bought myself this like the 80th anniversary edition so that I could read that, because I've constantly lent out my paperback copy so much that it's never come back. And the only other copy I have is a 2nd edition printing. And I don't want to physically read that.
A bummer. I'm reading Rebecca for 8 of Swords, a book in a genre you don't often read. That's a good time to read a classic. Scarlet Sinister was the one I liked the most from Halloween Town.
Oh. I've never seen it. I grew up the kid of the evangelical pastor. I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Companies will
Even
buy
with
email
Debbie.
lists from other companies. Yeah,
Yes.
this is why you have to be a ruthless unsubscriber. Hot neighbor definitely lives with his girlfriend. Damn.
Boo.
Rip.
They're not married yet. Also, would they be down for polyamory? You could just like have multiple partners, Catherine.
There you go. And then you could have a whole suite. Be like your apartment, their apartment.
Yes. A little adjoining door.
Mm-hmm. To be clear, Fevered Star wasn't that bad, but it definitely should have been split into the two surrounding it. 100% agree. Like, it was fine. I enjoyed reading it, but it didn't need to be its own book.
Acceptable. It's good to know that going in. Like, I think you'd probably have to load it with either the first book or the last book. And like read them quick back to back to make sure that you don't stall out. For me.
Yeah. Maybe it's the rule of three. Most major publishing companies are owned by a monopoly, so they probably standardize to maximize. That's what I'm saying. It's like capitalism ruins everything, you know? If they can sell 3 books, they're going to sell 3 books.
Communism was just a red herring. It's capitalist bullcrap.
Belief in a deck needed to be found or gifted is rooted in the Wiccan practice. Right on. Love the Wild Unknown. The Archetypes check just came out as a mini, so I got that. I do love the little mini cards. I might get the tarot because I think they have their tarot deck as a mini now, and I'm thinking about that because I don't have a lot of like mini decks. It's just so fun. Why would I not want that? Small things are so cute.
Are there also giant decks? Like the comically oversized playing cards?
I think there are. I like accidentally have a it's not a giant deck. It's just like uncomfortably large. And it's not a tarot deck. It's one of my like oracle animal decks. And I rarely use it because I hate shuffling the cards because they're like postcard size cards. I'm like, how does anyone deal with these? Like, it's just uncomfortable. Oh, the tarot
I trained my shuffling. I trained my shuffling with Uno. I got strong shuffling hands. My family would double up Uno decks, so we had a dense amount of Uno cards.
I love Uno.
Are you a draw 2 on draw 2 household?
Okay, so I don't know when this happened, but there is this like machine where you put the cards into the machine. It's like Uno. We call it barf Uno. That's obviously not what it's actually called, but you put the Uno cards in this little machine, and whenever you would have to draw, you push the button on the machine, and it spits out between like 1 and 6 cards. So or like 0 to 6 actually, because you can get lucky and not have it spit anything. So we play barf Uno and it's extremely chaotic because if you get draw 2 or whatever, you have to hit the button that many times. So if you're super lucky, you hit it twice and it still gives you nothing. If you're super unlucky, you hit it twice and it gives you like 10 cards.
Yeah. Oof. See, we're just the ruthless, like you could get a stack of 5 draw 2s that just get layered on top of each other and it goes around until some poor sap, usually the youngest person at the table, gets like a draw 20.
Ouch. Yeah. Ouch.
The many a niece, nephew, cousin who has cried.
Yes. Builds character.
Yeah.
Buffy deck just came out as an oversized tarot. I'm sure they're out there. There is a Rider-Waite deck that is jumbo. I know that I've seen this around and it just makes me laugh.
I think they're funny. I should get a giant tarot deck just to like for the comic of the end of the readathon to be like, and for this card I read.
It actually would be hilarious for like live tarot purposes, just to kind of meme on I don't know, like tarot readers to be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's pull a card. It's
I should
this.
get the giant tarot and more giant Cheez-Its and just like nosh on giant Cheez-Its and update people with the giant tarot at the end of this
Yes,
one.
I love it. I do also love my uncomfortably large deck. It's hilariously, it's
Hello?
like my bird deck. Oh my gosh, kitty, little baby,
The old lady's coming to say hi.
the old lady.
Old lady here.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's so cute.
I used to love that shit. It reminded me of the stripper money guns as a kid and my cousins, and I thought it was cool.
Oh, baby girl.
Uno attack, yes. But barf Uno is what my family calls it. That's so funny.
Barco now.
It would be harder to lose a jumbo tarot.
Honestly, if I did lose a jumbo tarot deck, the universe is trying to tell me something.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe you need a mini.
Finding a tarot deck. Yeah, just that stays with me at all times, like emergency tarot. But like, I do question the finding of a tarot deck because, like, if you're like finding an orphaned kitten, you just walk down the street one day and you're like, oh look, tarot. How does one find a tarot deck?
I mean, I'm not Wiccan, but maybe it's like could you interpret finding a tarot deck as being in the store when you find one that you connect with?
The light shines down on it.
Like that's probably a stretch, but I feel like maybe a
Like, I
case
mean it as an earnest question. Like, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm just like, how would one find a tarot deck
like
in this scenario?
it feels so whimsical. Maybe, and I know that like gifting is part of that too. So if you're in like a community of like people that all have like the shared belief, I could see that being like really special and resonant of like being gifted your first deck or something like that. But it just also seems like so charming to be like, I walked into a shop or I turned the corner and on it just a light shining from the sky, and on this forgotten shelf over here was this deck of tarot cards. I just love it.
Three things. Yeah, but it also kind of sounds like it could be kleptomania. Like, I was over at my friend's house and I noticed she had a tarot deck sitting away from all the others, and so I found it and it is mine.
Gotcha. Depends on which subset of Wiccan you practice. Some denominations are much more strict than others.
Like many religions.
Standard religion, yeah. I was gonna say. Checks out. I don't want a My Hero Academia tarot deck if it doesn't already exist, mostly because I'm a simp, and I don't want my character that I love to be the card I know he would be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Alilu is going to town. She's rubbing her face and drooling on the like boxes I have my laptop stacked on right now. She's having the time of her life. She's now licking the boxes. I think she got into the catnip.
Oh, good. Great.
Don't, kitty.
Well, what do we think? Do we want to do one more sprint or do we want to call it a day?
I've probably got one more in me, but only one more.
Okay. How do we feel about like a 30-minute sprint? Cool. Okay, let's do it. Let's see. Oh, I gotta eat my Taco Bell. I forgot.
Taco Bell.
So excited. That's what I'm gonna do while we're sprinting.
You'll need all 30 minutes to savor that cuisine.
That cuisine. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
My mind is blown by this whole section that was tangentially related to Aleister Crowley and L. Ron Hubbard, because it was primarily about Jack Parsons, who was one of the founders of the Jet Propulsion Lab, who got involved in Aleister Crowley's religious practices and like fell from grace in a way Oppenheimer could never have even handled. They've done a really great job of taking historical moments that people know about, but like I never thought about Jack Parsons past the founding of the Jet Propulsion Lab. Like he was the inspiration for a lot of the rocketry work that Werner von Braun did to get us to the moon. But like he had a massive fall from grace and ended up dying in an explosion in his own home while he was doing pyrotechnics for movies because he had no like standing in scientific communities anymore and lost all of his clearances.
What? Wild.
Yeah. Like I've just like been sitting here going, wait, what? Google. Wait, real? No. Oh. And now
absolutely insane.
In some weird ways. Like they've done a really great job of taking these like weird snippets that Meriwether Lewis's death, look that up. That one's also wild, and that's also in here.
You are having the time of your life over there.
There was a section in here around UFOs, interestingly enough, that got really boring. Around the 100-page mark. But when this is hitting, it's hitting real good.
I love it. I'm
How's
happy
your
for you.
Going?
It's going slowly. I mostly ate Taco Bell and watched Wes play video games that sprint, but I'm getting there. I literally might make coffee. Like I think I'm in for a long night, but that's okay. So it's one of those. I fully made this bed. I put myself here and I'm just accepting that, but it's fine.
I also like the bot that we got in this chat when last year ended Deja's stream. We got the tarot destroyer or whatever his name was.
I don't even know if that bot was actually a bot or if it was just like naming. Like, really? We're going to talk about all the books you've read on the toilet in your life? Like, okay.
That was very strange. And like now that I'm remembering some of the unhinged things that the bot said in Deja's stream, I'm really regretting that I included the rat story in my vlog instead of some of the unhinged things the bot was saying.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we're not even halfway through the month. Like, I'm sure there'll be plenty of
other
times. Yeah.
Come back.
This was about finding tarot decks. Mm-hmm. Not stealing ones. I want to be super clear. I was not talking about finding one in the store and stealing it. Like finding it and then
I joked about people stealing. I joked about
okay.
I found it here.
No, like
I just want to know how somebody's gonna find my tarot deck. Like, how is that tarot deck gonna find somebody in their new home? Like,
it's just gonna appear. Someone's gonna be like, I don't remember buying this. Yeah. Being gifted one is the more traditional preferred way. I am learning so much. Traditional Wiccans in a coven may receive their decks from coven members. If not, the high priestess or priest. So cool. I love it. I also love that then this happened twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like, right after we were talking about just doing readings.
Yeah. It's like you summoned them.
I did. Saturday we might fuck around and do some tarot reading. Stay tuned. Iron King? Where are we at? Kung Fu Panda. I finished the same second the sprint ended. I love when that happens. Why is Riley Sager book making me tear up?
Oh, wow.
Like in a good way? Yeah.
Halloween. Last book in.
Perfect. Shell shocked by the insanity in these pages. 15 pages of funny story. Nice. Finished my reverse challenge. 15% left and Where Sleeping Girls Lie. And now I'm going to read Noor until I pass out. Nice.
After you read Noor, Julie, I would recommend picking up her autobiography. She also did it as a TED Talk. It is called Broken Places and Outer Spaces. because it's really interesting to read them back to back, because she talks about some of her own personal physical issues that I think really inspired a lot of what was going on in Noor. And I think they make a good back to back. It's like a super mini little book. It's like 70 pages.
Nice. Legendborn feels like fan fiction of Avalon High and the Nick Cage Sorcerer's Apprentice movie. I wish Monique was still here.
I forgot about that movie.
I want to talk about it so bad, but I don't want to spoil it. That's the worst feeling. Is like, I just need to talk about this. And then you force it on all of your friends because you just need to talk about it. Prime Merlinian head something.
This is giving Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the Beast of
What a movie. What a reference. Took a break from emails and we'll end the night redoing and dusting shelves and listening to the new Scarlet Opera album. Great sprint, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you got some stuff done.
Go team.
Holy shit, I loved Avalon High. Is it a 5-star book? This was the Riley Sager? Finding Dex is like the Chef Boyardee commercial. It just finds you. This is amazing.
I really love this energy.
Yes. Riley Sager was a 5-star. It's my favorite Riley Sager book. Wow. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it was perfect for me. I love that.
He said this was the first time he was writing a male character, and from a male character's perspective.
Interesting.
Which, like, usually I don't love a man writing from a woman's perspective, so.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been that before. But, like, yeah, I don't know anything about Riley Sager, really.
I lock every door on my Kindle right now because that's the one Sarah told me to read.
Nice. Oh yeah, I would trust that opinion. Yep. Cool. I think, unless anyone has any final thoughts, questions, concerns, poetry, or miracles, I think this is where we will end our sprints. Thank you for being here, hanging out with us. Riley's actually really good at writing from a woman's POV. Who knew? Good job, Riley. Next sprints. Is anyone sprinting tomorrow? Or is it just me?
Somebody is.
I think there is.
I think somebody
tomorrow.
is. I think we're kind of back to back for a little bit. I've got
Before
it
I
up
tell
on my
you.
Canva.
Sprint schedule. Thursday on my channel, Saturday on my channel. I think.
Nobody.
There might be sprints tomorrow, but at least on the schedule, there are none scheduled. So Saturday morning, not Saturday morning. Yes, Saturday morning. Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern.
No, 1 p.m. Eastern is what you have on here.
But that's only a 2-hour difference. Wouldn't that be 2 p.m. Eastern?
You're doing it at 11?
Yeah, I think that's 2 Eastern. If I'm at 11.
It is 2
Anyways,
Eastern.
That's the plan.
And then Deja will sprint on Sunday.
Yes. So we've got some weekend sprints. And we'll see you later. Thanks. Good night. Good night. Maybe on Saturday. And we'll see you later. Okay, love you. Bye.